Hi everyone. I wanted to do a quick demo of what I managed to create with Cursor in less than a week. In the demo, I want to focus on the benefits of Cursor over design tools like Figma and Sketch, and show you how I maintain a consistent design language and how much easier it is to do certain things like usability testing and prototyping. So I'm gonna select the drone I'm gonna bring on this flight with me. I'm gonna confirm, boundary. So I'm in the boundary mode right now, which means I can drag and drop these points. I can click on the middle points, add a new point, I can remove them. And you can see the area is being shown updated live on top. I can change the layers to different ones. And right away, this is something you can't do this in Figma. There is no way you can do this in Figma. You can try and do it in Figma Make, but that's only limited to a browser. Like, you can't go from Figma Make to the App Store. But when you're making things in Cursor and you're testing in the iOS simulator, like I am here, there is a path to go from here to the App Store. And there's a path to go from here to testing with customers, to sending this app to them in test flight and gathering feedback. I'm going to add a takeoff point to the app. The conditions are met now. So I'm going to confirm. What the app is going to do is take a couple of screenshots. I can save them if I want or share them. And I'm calculating some information based on the boundary. I'm gonna try and get the weather information. Again, this is the actual weather for that park at this date and time. I wanted to use this opportunity to educate the users as well, not just tell them if something is good or bad, but why is low humidity a bad thing? High risk of static electricity. Who knew? So I'm going to say that I acknowledge the weather. That is also checked. And then you go to obstacles. You can change the map mode from here to satellite view. I can see that there are trees. And then I acknowledge. Having created all of this in less than a week, like every day, every time I prompt Cursor to add something or remove something, I'm amazed that it can do it. It feels like magic, to be honest, because my background is in design. I never coded anything, and being able to create something, it feels really good. One thing I do to make sure I stay sane as a designer, I wanted to have a way to see all of the components that are being used in the app. So I created this design system preview here for myself. I can see all of the colors that are defined, and in my custom rules inside of Cursor, I have set to only use these colors. And if there is ever a time that it doesn't want to use these colors, it should explain to me why it's using a custom color and then ask me if it needs to add a new color here or it's okay to have a hard-coded color outside of the design system. These are my colors, my fonts, same here. And for my icons, I'm using tabular icons and buttons. These are the tips and tricks I'm using to stay sane as a designer using Cursor. So if you're a designer on the fence about learning Cursor, just download the app, follow one or two YouTube tutorials. You have to think slightly differently about your design skills and the tools that you're using. It is no longer about your fluency in Figma. It becomes, you become a lot closer to the final product. I find it very rewarding and empowering, and at the same time somewhat intimidating, because when it takes so long for your designs to get to production, that delay creates a false sense of security that if you made a mistake, you have time to correct it. You can talk to the developer here and there and try and path correct. But when you are creating code and it runs on the app, when it's running on your phone in your hand, there is no delay. it is a very small feedback loop, and it's a very vulnerable position to be in as a designer, because you might think that, oh, those were all the ideas I had and it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, because you get there so quickly. But there is a recalibration period where you finally start thinking, oh, I can push actually further, because we have all these blockers in our thoughts, in our minds, about what is feasible for developers to implement and how long certain things should take. But with Cursor, it is all compressed into an hour or two. You no longer have to wait 2 sprints for that custom animation on the login screen to be implemented for you to test it and see if it feels right. That's 5 minutes. So yeah, it can be rewarding, you feel vulnerable, you have to push yourself, and it's all amazing. So do it. That is the message for this video. Okay, I hope you learned something from this video, and best of luck. Thank you.